The first question of this session is under NEP 2020, the holistic progress card is introduced to option track exam score only, replace final report card, reflect overall development of a student, evaluate teacher, evaluate teachers. So the answer of this question is option C, that is reflect overall development of a student. Okay, this is the answer of this student question. Next question, the National Research Foundation NRF as per NEP 2020 is aimed at option promoting sports education, funding vocational training, boosting research and innovation, replacing CBSE. So the answer of this question is option C, that is boosting research and innovation. Next question, NEP 2020 is based on how many pillars? Option 3, 4, 5 or 6. So the answer of this question is option C, that is 5. ओके कि NEP 2020 जो है इसी का 5 पिलर है और 5 पिलर के ऊपर बेस करके ये बना हुआ है. NEP 2020 recommends multilingualisms, monolingualisms, standardization of curriculum, standardization of assessment. आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इज मल्टीलिंगुअलिज्म्स. आप सबको पता ही है कि एनईपी 2020 मल्टीलिंगुअलिज्म्स के ऊपर बात करता है और इसी को लेकर आज कार्पोरेट में एक बहुत बड़ा डिबेट छिड़ा हुआ है. ओके, नेक्स्ट, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 स्टेट दैट लर्निंग शुड बी ऑप्शन कंटेंट ओरिएंटेड, टेक्स्ट बुक सेंट्रिक, एक्सपीरियंशियल, बिहेवियरिस्टिक. सो द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन is option C, that is experiential. NEP 2020 हर वक्त एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग के बारे में बात कर रहा है, स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक लर्निंग के बारे में बात कर रहा है और स्टूडेंट जो है उसी को ज़्यादा एम्फासाइज किया है. नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू NEP 2020 हाउ लॉन्ग विल द UG डिग्री प्रोग्राम लास्ट? ऑप्शन 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the answer of this question is option C, that is option C, that is 4 year. What will student receive upon completion of a 1 year vocational or professional field course according to NEP 2020, not 23, according to NEP 2020. यहाँ मैं गलती से 2023 लिख दिया हूँ. ऑप्शन सर्टिफिकेट, डिप्लोमा, बैचलर्स डिग्री, मास्टर डिग्री. So the answer of this question is option A, that is certificate. The policy recommended by the Kothari Commission by language is 3 language formula, 2 language formula, Hindi, mother tongue. So the answer of this question is 3 language formula, जो कि NEP 2020 भी इसके बारे में बात किया है. When did a Union Cabinet approve the new education policy 2020? 29 June 2020, 29 July 2020, 29 August 2020, 29 January 2020. So the answer of this question is option B, that is 29 July 2020 को यूनियन कैबिनेट क्या किया था? नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी को अप्रूव किया था. What does the NEP 2020 propose regarding early childhood care and education? Option exclude ECCE from the formal education system, delay ECCE until after primary education, includes ECCE as a crucial part of the educational system, leave ECCE to non-governmental organization. So the answer of this question is option C, that is include ECCE as a crucial part of educational system. According to NEP 2020, what is the aim of higher education in India? Option to produce employee for multinational company, to develop critical thinking, multidisciplinary ability, to promote rote learning, to limit education to theoretical knowledge. So the answer of this question is option B, that is to develop critical thinking and multidisciplinary ability. Next question, which of the following is not a principle guiding the NEP 2020? Option rote learning, multidisciplinary, conceptual understanding, critical thinking. So the answer of this question is ऑप्शन ए दैट इज रूट लर्निंग। देखिए ये वाला क्वेश्चन नॉट बोला है कि इनमें से कौन सा एक प्रिंसिपल नहीं है एनईपी 2020 का, तो आंसर रूट लर्निंग है। और जो तीन है मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरिटी, कॉन्सेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, ये सारे के सारे क्या है कि एनईपी 2020 का प्रिंसिपल है। NEP 2020 envisions an education system that is focused solely on academic achievement, rooted in Indian ethos and values, limited to scientific disciplines, based on competitive exams. So the answer of this question is option B, that is rooted in Indian ethos and value. Okay, कि NEP 2020 जो इंडिया का जो एथस है और वैल्यू है उसी के ऊपर बेस करके बना हुआ है। द नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन NRF as per NEP 2020 is aimed at promoting sports education, funding vocational training, boosting research and innovation, replacing CBSE. So the answer of this question is option C, that is boosting research and innovation. Which of the following is a major focus of NEP 2020 in school education? Option rote learning, multilingualisms, and mother tongue based education, emphasis on standardized testing, teaching in English only. So the answer of this question is option B, that is multilingualism, जो कि हम लोग पहले से ही बात कर चुके हैं। Multilingualisms and mother tongue based education, इसी के ऊपर ये emphasize किया है। The NEP 2020 proposes the formation of which body for higher education regulation? NCERT, AICTE, NHERC, SCERT. So the answer of this question is option C, that is NHERC. According to NEP 2020, board exams should be option eliminated completely, conducted biannual in flexible format, replaced with school-based assessment, held only once in life. So the answer of this question is option B, that is conducted biannually in flexible format. According to NEP 2020, what is the full form of ECCE? Education of a caring child in elementary class, elementary classes of child education, educational classes for caring early childhood care and education. So the answer of this question is option D, that is early childhood care and education. Next, in the context of assessment, what kind of report card for student has been proposed in National Education Policy 2020? Option report card specifying relative performance of the student in comparison to others. A report card of student performance in paper and pencil test through the year. 360-degree multidimensional report card, summative unidimensional report card. So the answer of this question is option C, that is 360-degree multidimensional report card. ओके, इसी का बारे में एनईपी 2020 बात किया है और असेसमेंट जो है वो 360 डिग्री होना चाहिए, ऐसे ये रेकमेंड किया है। एनईपी 2020 लेज एम्फासिस ऑन लर्निंग फॉर एग्जाम, रूट लर्निंग, प्रैक्टिस एंड ड्रिल, conceptual understanding. So the answer of this question is option D, that is conceptual understanding. National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes on flexible multi-level activity-based learning, only the aspect related to cognitive development of children, standardization of national curriculum, measurement of memorization ability of children. So the answer of this question is option A, that is flexible multi-level activity-based learning. Okay, ये फ्लेक्सिबल मल्टी लेवल एक्टिविटी बेस्ड लर्निंग के ऊपर एम्फसाइज किया है। एनईपी 2020 proposes a shift from which type of assessment to which type? Option formative to summative, summative to formative, norm reference to criterion reference to norm reference. So the answer of this question is option B, that is summative to formative assessment. हो गया कि एनईपी 2020 समेटिव जो पहले हुआ करता था उसी से ये फॉर्मेटिव की तरफ जाने की बात कर रहा है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एनईपी 2020 एम्स टू अचीव व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग बाय 2040? Option 100% literacy rate, universal access to higher education, 100% GER gross enrollment ratio in school education, universal access to early childhood care education. So the answer of this question is option C, that is 100% gross enrollment ratio in school education. Which of the following is a key recommendation of NEP 2020 for teacher education? Option: reducing the duration of B.Ed program, introducing 4-year integrated B.Ed program, eliminating teacher training program, focusing only on in-service training. So the answer of this question is option B, that is introducing a 4-year integrated B.Ed program. What is the main objective of the National Education Policy 2020? Focus on higher education only, promote skill development, transform the education system to make it holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, emphasize rote learning. So the answer of this question is option C, that is transform the education system to make it holistic, flexible and multidisciplinary. As per NEP 2020, from which class will vocational education be introduced? Option: class 4, 5, 6 and 9. So the answer of this question is option C, that is class 6. Which government educational body will prepare the national curriculum framework for school education NCFC SE based on NEP 2020? MHRD, NCRT, IITs, SCRT. So the answer of this question is option D, that is SCERT. Okay. No. Which government education body will prepare national education framework for school education based on सी ये जो आंसर है इसका है ऑप्शन बी. ओके, एनसीईआरटी इसको प्रिपेयर कर रहा है और स्टेट का जो है वो एससीईआरटी बनेगा. ये गलत आंसर है. एनईपी 2020 इंट्रोड्यूसेस व्हिच न्यू एग्जामिनेशन सिस्टम फॉर स्कूल असेसमेंट? नेशनल एग्जिट टेस्ट, नेशनल असेसमेंट टेस्ट, national achievement survey, national testing service. So the answer of this question is option C, that is national achievement survey. What is the full form of PARAK as per NEP 2020? Performance assessment review and analysis of knowledge for holistic development, performance assessment and review for academic knowledge, performance analysis and review of knowledge, none of the above. So the answer of this question is option A, that is the full form of PARAK is performance assessment review and analysis of knowledge for holistic development. Which course will be discontinued as per National Education Policy 2020? B.Ed, MPhil, PhD, Diploma. So the answer of this question is option B, that is MPhil. NEP 2020 proposes the establishment of which new regulatory body for higher education? Option: Higher Education Commission of India, National Educational Regulatory Authority, National Higher Education Authority, National Research Council. So answer of this question is option A, that is National Higher Education Commission of India, that is HECI. Under NEP 2020, which of the following is a key feature of school education system? Option: centralized exam, emphasis on rote learning, National Educational Technology Forum, National Assessment Center. So the answer of this question is option C, that is National Educational Technology